here. It is a big, big setup. So we hopefully Mayor Tom Dias has agreed to join us. We hope he shows up, and of course
Travis Miller from the Okanagan Sun. Yeah.
So we hope they all show up. Of course, it's football. That's what it's all about. But the festivities taking part around it. The BC Lions 0-2, the Calgary Stampeders 0-2. You know, the Calgary Stampeders haven't been 0-3 in 24 years. So this is, and Nathan Rourke has never lost to the Calgary Stampeders. So something's going to give here in this afternoon game.
I was watching, and this is completely aside, but it has to do with Nathan Rourke a little bit. John Gruden, he does these jersey unboxing videos online now, and he got the CFL sent him jerseys from every team, and he grabbed Nathan Rourke's, and he goes, now this is a guy here. He's got, can you believe this? He's got a 70% completion average last year in the CFL. Okay, and I understand you actually got a chance to chat with a couple of the guys from the Lions and the Stamps as well, Mike.
Well, it wasn't me personally, but we did have a chance to talk to Buck Pierce, Nathan Rourke, and Dave Dickinson, the head coach of the Calgary Stampeders, who, of course, is a former quarterback for the BC Lions. But first of all, let's talk about Nathan Rourke. He talks about performing here in Kelowna at the Apple Bowl and his views of it.
I'm excited to be in the environment Kelowna and to play a game that's a little bit more of a home game for us. And obviously we're not in BC play, so it's going to be a little bit strange, but we're excited about that opportunity, and I'm expecting a lot of energy, and hopefully we can match that, and we're counting on the fans to help us out.
Well, I don't think he's going to lack any energy. No. I mean, you got 20,000 people or maybe close to it into the stadium, and let's face it, 90% of them will be BC Lion fans.
I think when it's all said and done, too, Nathan Rourke is going to have a Ricky Ray level career. He's an excellent quarterback, and he did try his stint in the States. Didn't really work out. His brother's actually playing for the San Francisco 49ers, or at least he's in their development, whatever, right now. But I'm really excited to see Nathan Rourke up close finally, because he's been such a great football player in the CFL for the past 4 years.
And as much as we talk about this being a football festival, for the two teams involved, they're both 0-2, as you mentioned at the outset, and they can't afford to get too far behind. The Edmonton Elks are like a freight train. They're 3-0. Who would have thought? They're here next week. So Buck Pierce knows they have to win today, at least to stay in contention. And here is Buck Pierce talking about playing here at the Apple Bowl.
We're excited to go play in front of our fans at an amazing venue. You know, it's going to be great for our team. It's going to be great for the province of British Columbia. So we're excited about that. We're ready to compete.
Buck Pierce, the head coach of the BC Lions, and of course, Buck, as I said, as much as this is a festival and fans are all pumped up for it, it's business for these guys. They got to win. They're 0-2. They've had a lot of injuries to the receiving core. They're coming back today, and they hope that'll add a little jump to their offense and maybe pull out the victory here.
And if I could talk about a local boy for a second, we had Jacob Bond, former Okanagan Sun linebacker, national championship winner. He's been to the national championship. He's been playing for the Lions for the past 2 seasons now. He's in his second season. They actually had him in at receiver last week with the Lions. And
oh, really?
Poor guy, he had almost a 60-yard catch there at the end of the game, just couldn't get his mitts on it. But what a dynamic football player, and what a good thing for Kelowna with the Okanagan Sun. And actually later on at about 2:30, we're going to have Travis Miller of the Okanagan Sun, head coach, talking about Jacob Bond and Keelan Thomas, two great football players, one playing for the Lions and Keelan playing for Dave Dickinson of the Stamps.
Now, Keelan, we saw him last night. He was out making the rounds downtown and hanging out with the kids behind the TSN sets.
What a good guy.
Yeah, I mean, it was absolutely awesome. So he's right into it, coming back home sort of to play in this game at the Apple Bowl. We should mention it is the Calgary Stampeders. We mentioned Dave Dickinson, the head coach of the Calgary Stampeders, and they played in these what neutral site games is the best way to describe them. They've done it before, and here's Dave Dickinson's take on playing at the Apple Bowl in Kelowna against the BC Lions.
It's grass. We don't know what the surface is necessarily going to be like either. They probably, locker rooms are different too. We've done that in the preseason, and we did it over in Vancouver Island as well as Edmonton. No, we're okay with it. You play the game. I know the end zones aren't going to quite be standard. That's the way it goes. That's not that different in other stadiums in our league. So just make sure that it's still football. Excited to go out there and take on, to me, another team that's really has urgency. We do too. Both of us are really going to be doing everything we can to make sure we take that first step in the right direction.
Dave Dickinson, the head coach of the Calgary Stampeders, again, like the BC Lions, his club looking to get off the schneid and win a game here in 2026.
Yeah, again, we're here live at the Apple Bowl for Touchdown Kelowna, right by Gate A. You can't miss us. By the party stage. There's food trucks out. There's all sorts of, it's like a festival going on down here. A lot of people showing up early for this football game. So we're going to take a quick break here, and on the other side of this break, hopefully we'll have Duane Vienneau, president of the BC Lions.
AM 1150 celebrates sports, from winter hockey with the Canucks to fall football with the Seattle Seahawks.
Now he tries to drive his way into the end zone with
BC Lions and our Okanagan Sun.
breaks the tackle, 40, 45, 50.
To spring and summer with the Toronto Blue Jays and our own boys of summer, the Kelowna Falcons. We have it all from summer to winter, gridiron to ring. AM 1150 is Kelowna's home for sports.
You've hauled a 2-bedroom trailer over mountain passes on a cross-country road trip. But today, you just need that epic towing strength to bring the mower over to Mom's. Toyota Tundra, power for all your hauls. It's time to Toyota. Lease a 2026 Tundra 4x4 Crewmax Limited for $180.
Y'all got like another 2 minutes, so you're fine.
Okay, 2 minutes, thank you.
$6,388 down. Hybrid available. Visit shop.
Don't worry, I'll warn you when you get to 30 seconds.
There's a place not far away, not a place to go and play. It's big and wide and skied all over, and it's where you want to be. Get ready for big fights. Get everybody you know. Come and see the birds at the bar.
Sheldon, nice to meet you.
And tell everyone.
Sheldon, what's your last name?
Get ready for good times this summer at Big White Ski Resort.
Spring cleaning is when homes get a new twinkle in their eye,
A new spring in their step.
a new color in their Jeeps.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK. We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
When that truck from 1-800-GOT-JUNK arrives at your house,
It's a sign of a new beginning,
a clean start.
a breath of fresh air.
When your home feels clean and happy,
The people inside feel clean and happy too.
you make junk disappear.
All you have to do at this point,
If you got to go, just go.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
or visit us at 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
When it comes to your physical fitness, you may have goals you are trying to reach. And while it's possible to reach those goals on your own, even the most elite athletes work with a personal trainer to help them reach their goals. Just as a personal trainer can help you realize your physical goals, as your financial advisor, I can help you as you work towards your financial goals. Call me, Jonathan Dabrowski, at 250-768-8218 at Edward Jones.
Edward Jones, member Canadian Investor Protection Fund.
Mice, rats.
30 seconds.
30 seconds,
No
copy.
matter what the movies have told you, these pests are not lovable. They're not chefs. They're not going to sew you a dress so you can go to the ball and meet Prince Charming. They're dirty, disease-ridden, proven fire hazards, and need to be eliminated right now. Get the pest detective on the job. Protect yourself, your loved ones, your property, and your investment.
10 seconds.
2000. Or,
All of this.
2000.
Who was that against?
That was
You're listening to a
against
Touchdown
Calgary.
Kelowna special on AM 11.
We're on.
Hi. It is a beautiful afternoon here. We're at the Apple Bowl live for a quick pre-game broadcast. I'm Stephen Keppler. With me is Mike English. We're located at Gate A, just off Clement. Fans are coming in, and we just decided to pull somebody. Mike, you decided to pull Sheldon Shannon on with us.
Well, I saw Sheldon coming in with that helmet, and I said, you know what? We got to bring that guy on. This is going back to what the old Dick Butkus, even before
he's
when that Leatherheads movie or whatever
Yeah,
it was called. I mean, that's fabulous. I know we can't really give a visual, but you got the leather helmet on.
He's got the leather helmet with a BC, but he's also got some pins that say "Go Lions." He's got a Pilsner pin. He also has a pin that has Grey Cup 2000 on it. Sheldon, you're a big Lions fan.
I am a Lions fan, and the last time I saw the Lions play Calgary, was in Calgary for the Grey Cup in 2000, and I saw Louis Pasaglia kick the winning field goal. and my stepson jumped on the field and got arrested. And I didn't know him then, by the way, but that's just a funny story. But yeah.
And then Louis gave you the helmet, or his helmet.
No,
How long ago?
He's not that old. Like,
No, give me the history of the helmet, because that's kind of a cool
when
deal.
did I get this, Jan? Like 15 years ago.
At least.
Yeah, and you know what? I picked it up. I saw it in the mall in Kelowna at Orchard Park Mall, and I said to my wife, I said, I have to have that helmet. So when I visit all my friends and we watch the Lions games, I wear it inside out, whatever. I always wear it.
Well, Sheldon, I just want to say, hey, thanks for coming on with us. This is what the Touchdown Kelowna is all about, is having the fans come out from, people who haven't been to a game in 25 years. This is a rare thing to have a CFL football game here in Kelowna, and it's awesome.
Yes. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right. Go Lions, go!
And actually, right now, we're going to pull on president of the BC Lions, Duane Vienneau. Duane, thank you.
Hi, how are you? Yeah, sorry I'm late.
No, that's okay.
Tickets when they were at
we've got
original.
Is that right? Duane Vienneau, the president of the BC Lions, joining us.
That's a true fan right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How's it going? Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. Good to see you as well. You've been here for a few days now. The setup is spectacular.
Yeah.
And you've been through these before with the Atlantic Bowls, the ones in Victoria. Your thoughts on this particular setup? It's a little different because it's 2 games.
Yeah, you know what? That is an interesting opportunity for us. Usually you work really hard to set it up like we are today, and then you have the game, and then you tear it all down. We get to fine-tune it a little bit after the first game, and then we have all the events during the week, but then we have another game next week. So it's a unique opportunity for us, but it's great.
Yeah, we love it. I mean, Mike and I were talking about this a few minutes ago. When Touchdown Kelowna was announced about a year ago, we thought, how are they going to pull this off?
Yeah.
And, to truck in, 17,000 seats for the stands? I mean, it's insane.
We're probably going to crack the 19,000 number here today. And to your point, I think, the Apple Bowl holds 2,300 on its current form, soaking wet. So everything from, porta potties to, IT services to food and beverage, just everything, you have to bring it all in and make it temporary. But the space that we're in right now, it's quite large, and it's given us that opportunity to, it's got that backyard sort of vibe, and have some fun.
So I was going to ask you this. I knew you were coming on, and I'm just curious. When these tickets went for sale, obviously Kelowna fans are going to pour into this, or the Okanagan Valley are going to pour into this. But from Vancouver, and is there a breakdown of how many fans from the Lower Mainland or from Calgary or Edmonton are taking part of this? I know you probably don't have precise numbers, but can you ballpark it a bit?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have. Here's what I'll start with: is that there is people that bought tickets to these games from all over the country. So every single team, all 9 teams across the league have purchased, and they're coming. I just met fans from Montreal, and they're all here. Obviously a little bit more Calgary here today, but yeah, there's lots coming obviously from the Okanagan, lots from our fan base. In the Lower Mainland, we have Edmonton, Calgary, Saskatchewan, just everywhere. We even have people that bought tickets from the States. Now, the exact percentages I'm not sure, but I'd be guessing to say 50% is probably. Let's say it's probably 50-60% Vancouver, sort of Okanagan area, and then everything is outside of the province from there. It's a huge economic impact. We estimate it's about somewhere between $60 and $70 million in economic impact.
Well, I know Mayor Tom Dias has said that this is the biggest sporting event this city has ever held.
Absolutely.
And it's been a busy year and a half here with the Brier and the Memorial Cup. So it's a tribute to you guys and the city to bring this event here.
Yeah, thank you. And Tom and I started talking about a year and a half ago or so, and when we just started thinking about it, because ultimately FIFA displaced us a little bit in Vancouver, and that's the largest sporting event in the world. And we said, how do we make our own little magic happen here? And that's what we did, and it was all by design. We wanted to have school done, which it is. We wanted to have Edmonton and Calgary as our opponents because we know the Albertans come here strong anyway. And so we called it the little orange triangle, and it's worked. So we're just happy about it. The city's been great. The province has been great. Because ultimately, we have this 9 days of festival. If you think about it, I used to run Grey Cups for a living. Grey Cups are usually 4 or 5 days of festival and a game. We have 9 days of festival and 2 games. Like, there's some Grey Cups that their economic impact isn't 70 million.
No, I can't even think of a Grey Cup that was 70 million. Maybe in Edmonton.
Well, our Grey Cup in 2024 was 122.
Wow.
But that broke a record. So this is very good for the region. We're very happy about it. We've been well looked after, and we just want to. It's our first home game too.
Yeah.
I said this to Mayor Tom Dias because he came to our last game last year in BC Place. I said our next game is with you, and he looked at me like, "Holy smokes!" And that was in the fall.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
So let me ask you this. Is this a two off? Is it a 2 off, or are we going to do this again maybe somewhere down the road?
We try to pride ourselves in doing things like this. Like it's too early to say anything, but we've been to Victoria now. We've done a couple of exhibition games, preseason games in Langford. We have our camp currently in Kamloops. Coming here for Touchdown Kelowna. We try to be BC's team. We don't ever say we're the Vancouver Lions. So we try to make sure that we're doing it, and we want to have our fan base all over the province, and they're coming in droves. Look there's a Bomber fan right there.
Yeah, I mean earlier we've seen Oakland or the Vegas Raiders jerseys. I've seen Niners, but I've seen Ticats fans. There's actually a huge contingency of Ticats fans out here in Kelowna.
So I've seen every jersey so far except for Ottawa.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
so when you see an Ottawa, give me a shout out, okay?
I mean, despite all the hoopla, the football festival, it is a business for your players and the Stampeders as well. Both teams are 0-2. Obviously, both teams are looking for a win. You had a tough one the first game out. I think it came down to the last second. And, nice to get that first win in your first home game.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a tight one. We started slow in that opening game against Saskatchewan, but we finished pretty strong. And so we were, that was a tough one. And then the last game, in Hamilton it wasn't our best outing. And we're just hoping to get those home jerseys on and get in front of this crazy crowd and have a good one today.
Well, we got the perfect weather for football, in my opinion. 21 degrees. It's just a little bit of a breeze, but no sunshine, sun beating down.
I know. I've been here since Sunday, and Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it was pretty hot. So I'm actually very happy about this weather today. It just makes it more comfortable, and those bleachers can be really hot.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a good day for football.
Well, it's exciting. Okay, we got to take another quick break, but Duane Vienneau, president of the BC Lions, jumping on with us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for having
me.
Yeah, thanks. Have fun today, guys. Thanks for doing this. Thanks for your support.
Thank you. And coming up on the other side of this break, we're going to be chatting with Travis Miller, head coach of the Okanagan Sun.
Hi, it's Joe Gagnon from Sunshine Leisurescapes. Do you need a facelift? I mean, you look great, but what about your pool? Not so much? Well, Sunshine is here to help. From a liner replacement for your above-ground or in-ground pool to resurfacing of your concrete pool. Maybe invest in some new energy-efficient equipment. Or how about a tanning ledge? Yeah, that's a thing. Whatever you need, we've got it covered.
Sunshine Leisurescapes at the corner of Springfield and Fall and at sunshinepools.ca. Here's Dr. Ron Baldessari, the interior's only corneal specialist.
Many patients I see have done their research before booking vision correction surgery with us. Most go online and see our Google review ratings, Facebook testimonials, while others ask their friends or family. But please, ask your optometrist if they would recommend a cornea specialist because they've seen the results of our surgeries.
Find us on Facebook for patient testimonials or at vividlaser.com.
You have nothing to lose but your glasses.
Tonight's campfire story, the superpowers of a subcompact SUV. Weekends turn into adventure. Road trips, carrying bikes, tents, family, and even the dog. comfortable, reliable, and fun to drive. Turns out, superpowers are real. Lease the 2026 Mitsubishi RVR ES from the equivalent of $79 weekly at 3.49% for 60 months with zero down. Plus, qualifying customers get an additional 1% loyalty rate reduction. Conditions apply.
Serving Kelowna for 23 years. Valley Mitsubishi on Enterprise Way.
Boys, you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Celebrate Thanksgiving on a Gulf Islands getaway with Wells Free Tours. Stay at luxurious Poets Cove Resort and Spa. Cruise the Gulf Islands. Visit Salt Spring Island's famous Saturday Market and enjoy Victoria highlights, including Maridale Cidery, Hatley Castle Gardens, and an evening at the Chemainus Theatre Festival. Find out more at wellsgraytours.com. Proudly Canadian.
Camp starts Monday.
It's the warehouse clearance sale at your City Furniture. Hurry in for one-of-a-kind floor models,
Here's a
scratch
question.
and
Did you
dents,
get
sold
some-
as is on or below cost.
Oh, shoot,
Canadian
his
made
name is
sofas starting from
escaping me.
just
Running back.
$6.99.
Last
All
year's running
fabric
back
and leather
starter.
recliner chairs
Yeah, did you
on
get-
clearance starting at
get it
just
back?
$4.99. Plus 18 months, no interest financing options are available. Lots of stock, but in limited quantities.
Fantastic.
First
Yeah,
come,
but our
first
Bolton
serve.
Maker-
On now at your City Furniture, West Kelowna.
City Furniture.
Do you have neck or back pain? Ever go for treatment hoping for a simple fix only to 30 seconds. Science project with attitude? Hey, we get it. And honestly, we're a little sorry because great rehab does take proper experimenting. But at Leading Edge Physiotherapy, we don't just toss 15 seconds and hope it doesn't explode. We start with the right diagnosis, then mix hands-on care, precise manual therapy, and evidence-based technology. The formula your body actually needs. Science and skill with gratitude, not attitude. LeadingEdgePhysio.com. 5.
To a Touchdown Kelowna special on AM 1150.
Yeah, it's 20 degrees down here at the Apple Bowl. We are located right outside Gate A. I'm Stephen Keppler. With me is Mike English. Fans still filing in, but we've got another very, very extremely special guest, Travis Miller, head coach of the Okanagan side. Why are you laughing at me already, sir?
Oh, man, coming after the president of BC Lions, you're not as important as that guy. I appreciate it, though.
Here, why don't we get the mic closer to there? So, Trav, you've got a couple of former players playing today. That's got to be kind of cool to see. Eh?
Man, that's cool, isn't it? Even from like a city perspective, having Kalon and Jacob, two of our best players that have ever played for us in the last 4 years, on the same field in our locker room or on our field, and Jacob being in our locker room. What a cool thing. It's really neat for us, and I think as an organization, it's something that really hasn't hit yet. It'll probably be halftime when we're thinking about it, seeing them playing against each other, that it really hits for us.
Well, have you talked to both of them while they've been here at all?
You know what? I'm the type of guy, I'm going to stay about 50,000 feet away until the game's over. Then, of course, they're going to get much text messages. I got a ring at my house from Kalon, so he's got to come see me at some point. And I see Jacob quite a bit at our facility, which is great. So have a good relationship with both of them.
Yeah, and let's talk about the relationship you have with a lot of your players, because you're a pretty darn good coach. You brought them to how many national championships in the last few years, Canadian Bowls there. What's it like just actually seeing a lot of your players grow? Like, not just the guys who make it to the CFL,
sure,
but just guys who become better football players even while they're in your program, or when they grow outside of football and they become very successful.
Totally. You know what? It's a pretty unique thing. We've had, in the last 4 years, we've had 50 players go to U Sport, which is so far above and beyond anybody else that has that, that's in junior football. We've had 3 guys go to the CFL, 4th guy this year with Caden Kerntoff. So from a coaching perspective, it's a unique thing seeing your guys move on, and it's bittersweet, I'll be honest. Sometimes your guys move on while they still have eligibility, and that's a tough pill to swallow when you look at it. But when you look at the shoe on the other foot, would I take a job offer that was given to me if it moved me up a league? Of course I would, right? So that's the same thing. It goes both ways, and as tough as it is to see your guys move with eligibility, the biggest thing for us is just seeing our guys, get the opportunity to prosper. And right now seeing Jacob and Kalon at this level, it's ecstatic because they're both captains, both guys that I was really close with as players on the team, and obviously I'm a fiery guy. So the fact that they're here, year over year and coming back and playing for us and wanting to be around our program and represent our program means a lot to everybody who's involved.
So let's talk about 2026. All the guys are coming to town. You say training camp opens Monday?
Monday. So we have a good team. I mean, we definitely, because this year we have the opportunity to host the national championship if we win our league this year and get an automatic bye to the national championship. And we've obviously played in back-to-back national championships. Unfortunately, we've lost 2 out of 2 out of 3 that we played in. We did win the 2022 national championship, but for us with the BC Lions, with what they're doing, having the Memorial Cup here, and just having the buzz around sports in Kelowna, I mean, from our perspective, we want to put the best product on the field. And I think the team that we've recruited with the Americans that we have coming in, the Canadian high school players, as well as the university transfers and CJFL transfers coming in, we had a really unique group, and it's exciting to be around the team. And we're excited to see what we put on the field in 3.5 weeks on July 18th in Nanaimo.
I can't believe that the season is that close. 3 weeks, and these guys are coming in just now. So training, camp is going to be pretty tough for these guys, isn't it? That's a lot.
Totally. I mean, we have 90 guys that'll be in camp. We have players from across the country, like I said, and obviously down in the States, we have guys from England and from overseas that have come and Australia to be a part of our program. So when you talk about a global program, we really are that global program. There's guys from Alabama, from Wisconsin, from all across every province in Canada. We just signed a guy named Chad Alexander who played in the East-West Bowl University All-Star team last year, which is really cool. So you talk about the caliber and just the players in general coming here next week is going to be pretty cool, and see that competition in Kelowna.
So tell me about recruiting. I don't know if you remember him or not, but a legendary hockey coach, Claire Drake, out of the University of Alberta. I used to ask him about recruiting, or ask the U of A about recruiting. I said, well, our best recruiting is winning. If we win, recruiting becomes much easier. Does the success of your program help recruit players into your program?
You know what? So first of all, Edmontonian, born and raised, so definitely understand where you're coming from. Fist bump that. But from my standpoint, it's kind of the opposite way of looking at it. So we win because of our players, not because we don't win because we win. You know what I mean? And so I've always looked at it like having the best players in town in Kelowna is going to give us the best product, which is going to allow us to win football games. And so definitely winning helps with the recruiting, but it doesn't start with that. It starts with the players. If you don't have the players and the coaches and the support staff and the board of directors and the community that we have in Kelowna, which is extremely unique. Like, we can all agree that Kelowna is a unique place, and having the support that we have from this community in general is huge. And so when you look at all those aspects playing into the winning side of things, it's a direct result of the players doing what they do on the field and buying into my coaching style. And if anybody's been to a game, they know that I'm a little vocal once in a while on the sidelines. So they know that they're going to get hard coaching no matter what, and they buy into it and they're part of it. So it's really cool that way.
Personally, on game days, when I'm calling play-by-play for the Okanagan Sun, I like to avoid Travis, not because he's heated, but because he's in his own world and you don't want to interrupt what he's doing, and because he's always just brooding on the sidelines. I've rarely seen you lose your cool, Coach. And we kind of leave that to Coach Beatty, I think. So don't worry about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about recruiting, though, and billeting, because I understand you guys are having it's always a bit of a struggle every year to billet out these players, hey?
Yeah, for sure. So billeting is always a thing that we're always worried about. And right now we're down to the last, honestly, 8 to 10 players that we're looking for places for. We had a couple fall through last minute that just weren't the right fit for our guys. So if anybody's interested in it, they can reach out to Martine, who's our billet coordinator. They can reach out to myself on social media. Whatever is the easiest, email the Okanagan Sun, but reach out to us one way or another. We would really appreciate anybody who's willing to do it. It helps give back to the community, and we definitely support our billets any way we can that way.
Absolutely.
Just talking about this football festival here that we're all enjoying. Obviously, the Okanagan Sun have been a big part of it, trying to set this all up. Tell us about your football club's involvement in this. I see Dan McFarland, Dirtman, standing there, and he's been a big part of it too. Just the work that you guys put in to make this a success.
Well, first and foremost, the board of directors and volunteers led by Eric Stansfield, Dirtman, and all the other people that are involved in our organization are really driving the bus on the volunteer side of things. We've had probably 20 or 30 players out right now, and another 5 or 10 every day during the week, and we'll continue to do that. So there's been a ton of volunteerism from the background. The city has opened their doors, obviously, to having the BC Lions here, and it really showcases what we're capable of as a community and what we could do as a football city. I hinted at it earlier, but it'd be pretty nice to have a little bit newer facility here. Our facility was built in the early 80s, so it'd be nice to have that support. And I do think the city has talked about that in the past. So, it's one of those things that we can see what we're capable of. Now let's go out and accomplish that, which would be pretty neat.
Well, the mayor's coming by in just a few minutes,
Yes.
apparently, so you can have a personal conversation.
I think he said that he was going to donate something like $10 million to a facility here, and I think you should grill him on that and really push him on this east side. Looks great for a facility. Yeah, write that down. That's right.
Again, we got Travis Miller, head coach of the Okanagan Sun here. We're set up at the Apple Bowl right here by Gate A. Fans are still coming in, and more are coming in. It appears to be about 19,000 fans coming in. Wouldn't it be special if we could host a Canadian Bowl here this year? Hey, Travis.
You know what? It'd be pretty neat. We've traveled to Windsor to play a Canadian Bowl, Saskatoon to play a Canadian Bowl. It'd really be nice to end this 3-year run by playing one here in Kelowna in front of our fans and hopefully winning the game in front of the best fans in Canada. There's no atmosphere like, the Okanagan Sun fan base that we have. And, I brag about it. You want to talk about a recruiting thing? I brag about it to everybody I recruit. And when they get here and they see a game day that our board of directors and volunteers, it's not anything like anywhere else in Canada. Going to Windsor, going to Saskatoon is unique in itself, but it's not playing in Kelowna. And so my favorite time is that after the buzzer goes, after we win that game, meeting the fans, meeting everybody who's there at the game and getting a chance to say hi and talk with them, which is pretty cool.
Not to get ahead of ourselves, but November the 8th is the Canadian Bowl, and we hope it's right here. We're doing this all again on November the 8th. Maybe dressed a little warmer, but...
And you know what? I find fall football in the Okanagan is nowhere near as cold as fall football in Alberta. I mean,
Totally.
It was in a city championship in Edmonton, and it was a November 11th game. It was minus 20. There was no field. I think we had to put something in our cleats to keep us moving, but it was freezing cold, and that must be a bit of a draw for a lot of the Alberta guys to come out here and play football.
Oh, totally. It's funny because I played in a provincial championship in Grand Prairie, Alberta, where it was minus 39 or minus 40 against Salisbury Composite High School.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
It was a northern final in 2005. So dating myself, 2004 a little bit. But when you look at that and you talk to these kids and they come out here, and we played that game against Windsor last year, so St. Clair Saints. That was one of the coolest environments that I've had as a head coach, as a player, where you had probably close to 5,000-6,000 people that were out here at the Apple, if not more. And they were packed on the sideline. They were around us. They were right on us. They were a part of us. The fall weather was here. I was getting my pumpkin spice before the game, which is a ritual, and you gotta get that pumpkin spice muffin and a latte beforehand, and it just changes the whole thing. And it's such a great experience to be here in Kelowna with our fans.
So tell us about 2026. Obviously, you've recruited. What does the rest of the league look like? Whether it's Vancouver Island, Victoria, Prince George, Kamloops, how does it all stack up, do you think?
Yeah, I think when you look at the league, we've always had a lot of parity in our league. We've always been close with West Shore. We've had some close games with Langley in the past, and same with VI. So, I anticipate you're going to get the same thing. You're going to have VI and West Shore, top 1, top 2 with Langley right there as well, too. I think our team is obviously well situated, and I'm obviously biased with how I think our team is. But when you look at the rest of the league, I don't think there's any true number 2 team that is going to challenge us other than maybe Langley, West Shore, or VI. I think, Chilliwack's up and coming. They signed so many high school players, 60-some high school players. So in a couple of years, that's going to be a great team. Kamloops and Prince George are doing everything they can to kind of keep the doors open at this point. So we're probably going to be more of a 5-team league this year, which, it's cyclical with our program and the BCFC. And I think at the end of the day, it's just one of those things where whoever the person is in front of us, we're going to play them. We're going to do the best that we can to prepare for them and play that team. And we're excited. Man, I'm so excited. The last game I played was a 3-point loss in the national last game I coached was a 3-point loss in the national championship. So I can't wait to get that opportunity. So
that was against the Saskatoon Hilltops, which is a very storied program in the Canadian Junior Football League as well. So they've won more national championships than any other franchise. So while it would have been great to see the Okanagan Sun dominate and win that game, winning in the Prairies is difficult, and you guys have done that still, though. You've done it in Regina, and that is impressive on its own, because for years and years and years, and we don't have much more time with head coach Travis Miller of the Okanagan Sun. For years and years and years, though, people would say, "Oh wow, you can't beat the Prairies. They have the best teams. They have this." But you've got a great passing attack, good running attack. Your defense is always extremely good. And you're very creative with your play calling, which I really enjoy watching, because sometimes, and you know this, I don't even know what formation you put out there.
One time I say something. No, you know what? It's great. Without the broadcast team that we have, and you don't get enough of that, Stephen, as well, too. We have a great broadcast team and appreciate all the support that way.
All right, Travis Miller, head coach of the Okanagan Sun. Thanks so much for jumping on. Now go back into the game, enjoy yourself with your family, and good luck with the next season.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Coming up on the other side of this break, we're going to be speaking with Mayor Tom Dias, hopefully, and we've got more here with Touchdown Kelowna.
Thank you, sir.
AM 1150 celebrates sports, from winter hockey with the Canucks to fall football with the Seattle Seahawks. BC Lions and our Okanagan Sun.
Breaks the tackle. 40, 45, 50.
To spring and summer with the Toronto Blue Jays and our own boys of summer, the Kelowna Falcons. We have it all, from summer to winter, gridiron to rink. AM 1150 is Kelowna's home for sports.
Yep, it's summertime in the Okanagan, and the staff at Psychopath are busy. Busy fixing bikes, selling bikes, and riding their bikes. And we'd like to let you know our store is bursting at the seams with the best selection of cycling clothing, helmets, accessories, parts, and more. Psychopath also has the largest selection of e-bikes in the BC interior. So if you want to save time, come see us first. Psychopath, voted the best bike shop again on Springfield, across from Orchard Park Mall, and at psychopathkelowna.com.
If you need expert service for your warehouse, use the Okanagan's warehousing specialists. Direct Warehouse Equipment. They're your go-to for pallet rack installation, engineering, layout design, accessories, and maintenance. From new builds.
Yep. How many commercial
for safe,
islands do we have
efficient,
left in
and
this
professional
hour?
results on time, every time. Don't spend.
Like how much segments do we got for this
Or
talk?
just how much time? Like how many
Equipment will do it
commercial
for free.
islands? So, yeah,
Trust the
segments, I
experts
guess.
who know warehousing operations.
Oh, this is the last
We have
commercial break.
like
Never mind.
this is the last commercial break till the game.
Okay.
And making memories.
So we'll
and
talk
when
for
life
a
gets
good
a little
60
bumpy,
minutes
there's
until
a
3 o'clock,
CSN
because
for
we've got to
that.
fire the Lions
Parking lot
broadcast
ding
right at
after the
3
farmer's
o'clock,
market,
right?
there's
Kyle?
a CSN for that.
Yes.
Campground, there's a CSN for that too. At CSN Collision, they take your vehicle from dented to decked out,
Oh, I like
getting
that.
you back to looking
I know
shiny,
I'm live on
summery,
YouTube right
and
now.
road
I'm
trip
seeing all the
ready.
fans
Find your nearest location at
Everyone
insistoncsn.com.
dressed in a
Whatever
Subway's
summer
vest.
throws your way, there's a CSN for that.
The results of the treatments I've had have been extremely noticeable. I don't like to wear a lot of makeup. That's actually one of the reasons I went to talk to Dr. Burrows, because I wanted treatments that would rejuvenate my skin.
Diane on her skin after treatments at Interior Dermatology.
Everything that I was told about the treatment, I received the results that I was expecting, and even more so.
Discover your most confident, radiant self. Visit interiorderm.ca.
I only had a couple drinks. If I go slow, I can't go wrong, right?
When it comes to dangerous driving, we can be our own
go
worst
out of the
enemy.
next ad
Help
break
police
and
keep
talk
our
and
roads
talk and
safe
talk
by
until
being a
it gets here.
responsible driver, because safer roads start with you. A message from the BC Police Chiefs.
Donations to the War Amps have a lasting impact on amputees. Today, your support gives them the
15 seconds.
15 seconds.
day
Copy.
activities. This helps them prepare for tomorrow on their road to independence. To learn how your donation helps, visit waramps.ca.
You're listening to a Touchdown Kelowna special on AM 1150.
We're here at the Apple Bowl for the BC Lions. Touchdown Kelowna, BC Lions versus the Calgary Stampeders. I'm Stephen Keppler. With me is Mike English, and we're just off Clement here by Gate A. And Mike, I tell you, I'm loving all the jerseys that I'm seeing coming in. It's not just Stampeders. It's not just Lions. We're seeing a guy in a hockey jersey that I've
Titans
never.
jersey.
Is that a Titans jersey?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And then we've also seen Hamilton Ticats fans, and even last night you said you ran into a few of the Ticats fans.
Well, our colleague there, Dan McFarland, he's got a couple of Tie-Cap fans hiding out in his place who were out last night. And, yeah, they're pretty pumped up at what's going on here in Kelowna. They're here for this game. They're here for the Elks game coming up next Saturday. And, of course, the Elks off to a great 3-0 start. Who would have thought?
First time in 9 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, these two teams here, they're both 0-2, as mentioned, both trying to get off the schneid. The Stampeders, as I mentioned earlier, haven't been 0-3 in 24 years. The last time the Lions went 0-3 was 2019. And the other that I threw at you earlier was Nathan Rourke. He's never lost to the Calgary Stampeders. So something is going to give today in terms of what happens.
That's a stat that and you had another stat, something like it's been 25 years since Calgary did something. Like there was one you threw at me that was kind of mind blowing, but you can throw all the stats out the window as soon as kickoff happens here, because this is the CFL. I mean, there's only 9 teams in this league. And it's a very competitive league that way, because an 0-3 start for either team is not good for business. It's not good for fans, and fans don't want to come out to games when their team is losing. And I can speak firsthand with the Edmonton Elks when they've been bad the past 9 years, and now they're 3-0 for the first time in 9 years. Now fans are thinking, oh, maybe I'll come to Kelowna and watch a game, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great vacation. Take part, watch a football game, enjoy the beaches, enjoy the other amenities here in the Okanagan. We should mention this is a BC Lions home game, and next week will be a BC Lions home game. And I thought some other numbers thrown at me. This is only the 5th venue ever used for the BC Lions as a home game in their entire history, going back to 1963, I believe.
So they were in Empire Field, and then they turned it into Empire Stadium at one point when they were renovating BC Place, obviously. Langford then, and then here?
Royal Athletic Park in Victoria is the other one. But yeah, they had Empire Field for 14 games while they're doing some renos to BC Place Stadium. So yeah, Kelowna, number 5 in the history of home venues for the BC Lions during the regular season.
And it's great seeing all the families come in here. It has a real festival vibe. I mean, we're talking with Duane Vienneau, president of the BC Lions. This is a 9-day festival happening here in Kelowna with events going on throughout the entire week. And they've really turned this into something bigger than just football. And that's what I was really impressed with, seeing, there's tents all over inside. Once you get inside the gate, there's tents all over with activations from a big steel box and Argus, but also there's a party stage with a live band. They've got food trucks. It's just great. I'm really impressed, Mike.
We should mention we are just the appetizer this afternoon. There's another pregame show following us with Bob Maranovich and Julio Caravata doing their usual pregame show leading into the BC Lions game at 4 o'clock. They'll join us at the top of the hour, or we'll throw to them. So it's just a continuous afternoon of football on AM 1150, so sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah, and just a little housekeeping as well. We're set up just off Clement here, again, at the Apple Bowl on Gate A. A lot of fans are coming in on this side. This is the north side of the field. The southern part of the field for Gate B is only specific entrance, and a lot of people seem to be finding parking outside of the area. I know there was parking over at Landmark. There's parking at Glenmore School, I think, with shuttles coming. A lot of fans were coming from downtown as well with a fan march that was supposed to happen. I haven't seen that, but people have been filing in. But don't park near the Apple Bowl because it is a nightmare for traffic down here right now.
I just got a text from our colleague, Calvin Hector, who's coming to the game. He decided to take an Uber. He just lives on the other side of the bridge on the west side. The Uber cost him $24 to get to the stadium. Now, in the grand scheme of things, that may not sound like much, but it's certainly a lot more than you typically would pay on a normal ride on a normal day.
Surge pricing would do that.
Yes.
So when the game ends, I think I'm already trying to plan my exit, where I think I'll just walk downtown, take in some of the festivities, because there's live concerts happening tonight downtown, which is really cool. They've also got just a ton of events going on. So I'll go down there and then find my way home after that. Maybe I'll get my wife to come get me. We'll see what happens.
And you come back tomorrow for breakfast with the Lions, 9 and 11 downtown in the Stewart Park area. A lot going on, as you mentioned, throughout the entire week. The Flip-Flop Gala set for Monday night at Waterfront Park. And then, of course, we had Alan Doyle on the Waterfront stage last night. Apparently, that was a great show, according to all social media reports. And then the Road Hammers are there next Saturday, so there's no let-up.
Yeah, the Road Hammers will be Friday over at Waterfront there, and that'll be a great show. And it's cool seeing the TSN panel. I was flipping through the channels last night, and I saw the TSN panel doing Friday Night Football out at Waterfront Park, and with the view of Kelowna behind you, it just looks astounding. And we really do live in paradise, and sometimes I take it for granted, Mike.
Right beside that new Kelowna sign that was put up yesterday.
Right.
So everybody knows where they are.
And we are still waiting on Mayor Dias to make his way in here. We got about 9 minutes until we cut to the Lions broadcast. Again, fans are filing in. We've been trying to do our best to figure out how many teams are represented here for this CFL game. Because what I've worked a few Grey Cups in my life, Mike, and what I love about Grey Cups is you see fans from all over the league. And this is a big CFL event, so you're definitely going to see it. I haven't seen any Touchdown Atlantic jerseys or the what are they called? The Schooners. They're trying to call them.
Yeah, they're always well represented at Grey Cups. And the other team that you usually see at Grey Cups, I haven't been to the last couple, but I went to many previously. Baltimore was always
Colts.
represented at Grey Cups. I mean, the team had been long gone by then, but they still show up and take part in the Grey Cup festivities.
I mean, their whole story is kind of interesting because, they ended up, the Colts left for Indianapolis, but then they got a CFL franchise, but they had a huge marching band for a lot of their home games. I think they're the only American team, they're the only non-Canadian team to win the Grey Cup, are they not, Mike?
Who is that?
The Baltimore Stallions or the Stallions?
Yeah, Don Matthews was coaching, I believe, at the time they won the Grey Cup. Yeah, was that against BC?
I think
not
it was.
mistaken, in BC Place Stadium.
Yeah.
I think I was there. I can vaguely remember it through the haze, but yeah. The one thing I'm looking forward to, and they're not having it this particular game, but they are for the Edmonton Elks game, is we're watching the World Cup. We watch it in Vancouver. All the fans marching into the stadium.
Yes.
Now, apparently, we're going to have the same thing here next Saturday, marching up the rail trail from Lombardi Park all the way to the stadium. I don't know how that's going to go, but it'll be interesting to watch.
You know what? Even as the organizers are, some of these things are they're working on the fly here because this is a once in a lifetime event, maybe. I mean, hopefully they come back here yearly if they see a lot of success here. But a lot of the events they're putting on, they're flying by the seat of their pants because you don't know what to expect. You really don't. I mean, did they expect this game to sell out? Probably, maybe. I don't know. I mean, 19,000 fans are making their way into the Apple Bowl, which is, again, I think the largest sporting event ever in Kelowna, which is it's something we gotta put a feather in our cap for.
I mean, if you look at it, it's perfectly placed. July 1st not long weekend, but July 1st falls right in the middle of the two weekends. The two teams are from the province next door, and as long as they remain in Confederation and they're still part of the Canadian Football League, hopefully this will continue on over the course of the next few years.
I personally would like to see that. Now, just looking at the stadium, again, parking is not necessarily a nightmare if you know where to park. I think people are parking over at the mall, although don't tell them I sent you, and some are taking buses in. Again, Calvin Hector taking an Uber from the bridge. That cost him about $24 from across, which is, I got to be honest with you, Mike, not bad when you think about the impact of this event. Duane Vienneau was saying the economic impact over the next 9 days will be somewhere around $70 million. Was that number correct?
Yeah, that's a significant number. No question about that. And you got to wonder if other teams look at what the Lions have done here in Kelowna, and maybe the Toronto Argonauts or the Hamilton Tiger say, hey, I'm going to take a game or two games to London, Ontario, which is a city of 500,000 people, and do the very same thing. I'm not sure it's going to have the same success it's going to have here, but it's certainly something to look at. And of course, the CFL has already done this with the Atlantic Bowls in the Maritimes and had moderate success there as well, which, of course, Duane Vienneau was involved in for many years. So the CFL has done it before, and but this looks to be a rousing success, at least at this point.
I mean, just judging by the gate, I mean, now the gate is full for fans getting in. It'll be about a 15-minute wait before you get in through the gates, but there's plenty of room for people to walk around. Again, the party stage, the backyard party stage is really something cool too. There's a band that's been playing since, I want to say, 1 o'clock, which is when gates opened here at the Apple Bowl. And after the game, there's still more festivities to be had. So this isn't just about football. This is about the CFL, and it's an impressive event. Again, though, parking, that's where the situation is with the Apple Bowl. But it seems like everyone's in a good mood.
Just walk or bike, but do not try to park or park anywhere. The one thing we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, we had them on AM 1150 on the early edition, was the fact the local brewers are involved in this. It's not the big boys. It's not Labatt's. It's not Molson. Organizers, the Lions, the city, went to the local craft breweries and said, hey, can you help us out? We'll help you out, generate some business. So between 5 breweries, they brewed 21,000 liters of beer for these 2 games. Now, I know you're going to have your portion over the next 2 games, but I think it's a great tribute to invest in your own community and get them involved as well.
Yeah, that is a tribute to actually the great brewers and the success we've seen in the Okanagan with breweries. And yeah, I could do a shameless plug here and talk about the Keppler Kolsch right now, Mike, at Barn Owl Brewing, but I won't. I won't say that $1 from every Keppler Kolsch goes towards the Canucks Autism Network, because that's okay. Anyways, no, they've got a lot of local brewers in there, and that, again, they're not going with the big players. They're trying to be local, and I think that's not just a way to save face. It's a way to put your money where your mouth is. Again, we were supposed to have Tom Dias on here. Unfortunately, it's pretty busy down here for him to make his way through the crowd.
He is trying to call me, and I think he's trying to call me to say he's not going to make it.
Yeah.
So
that's all right. I missed a call from my cousin as well, and I don't know why he called me, but that's fine too. Andrew's probably just listening in on AM 1150. Okay, so I just saw my first Doug Flutie jersey of the day. It's a Calgary Stampeders Flutie jersey, so it could be Darren Flutie as well, his brother.
Quick Doug Flutie story.
Awesome.
He was playing for the Calgary Stampeders at the time. We're at Commonwealth Stadium, and this guy walks up to him with his Boston University. Hey, Doug, I've got your Boston University jersey for when you threw the Hail Mary.
Oh, that was an incredible play.
And Doug says, no, you don't. I got that one in my closet. So I don't know what you paid for it, but you don't have it.
That poor fella probably spent $500 to $1,000 on that jersey, and he thought that was the right one. And for Doug Flutie to say that one's in my closet, he could have just said, "Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Want me to sign it for you?" Again, we're here at Touchdown Kelowna. We're about to cut to the BC Lions broadcast, which is going to get started at about 3:00 here. We only have a couple of minutes to go in the broadcast. I'm Stephen Keppler. With me is Mike English. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the mayor of Kelowna on, but it is busy down here. It is a really cool event, Mike. I'm really impressed. Again, we're by the porta potties, and a lot of people were worried, is there going to be enough bathrooms? And I think there are.
120.
120? That's incredible. Again, thanks for joining us on the broadcast. We've got about 30 seconds before we got to go, unfortunately. So remember, if you're coming to the Apple Bowl today, maybe walk from like 6 to 12 blocks away. You can see fans coming down from Glenmore walking over. They're walking up the rail trail, and they're even coming in from over by Gate B, which is just the normal Apple Bowl entrance. It's been nothing short of an amazing setup here. So we're going to cut over to the BC Lions broadcast. Remember, there's plenty of events happening over the next 9 days. I believe next week it'll be David Hansen and Dan McFarland who will be doing the broadcast. I could be wrong. Is it Dan McFarland? Well, Gurinder, our producer's just not even saying anything. So
stay tuned for Bob and Julio coming up next with the Lions pregame show.
This has been a Touchdown Kelowna special presentation. Stay tuned.